Welcome to another episode. Today's question is what does no one tell about skepticism? I'll repeat. What does no one tell you about skepticism? If we are completely skeptical, then we will not accept anything and therefore we cannot live. If you are completely skeptical, you will not accept anything and you cannot live. On the other hand, if we are gullible enough to accept everything, then we cannot distinguish between what is real and what is useful. So if you accept everything, then you become foolish, you become cheated by everything or ignorant. What is real and useful, you will not be able to distinguish. On the other hand, if you doubt everything, then you can't accept anything useful also. So we have to have some form of skepticism. First we will see a few lines from Encyclopedia Britannica defining skepticism. In everyday life, practically everyone is skeptical about some knowledge claims, but philosophical skeptics have doubted the possibility of any knowledge beyond that of the contents of direct experience, directly felt experience. They doubted everything except what they can see in person, what they can feel in person. Others they completely doubted. These are philosophical skeptics. The original meaning of skeptikos, the root of the word is skeptikos. Skeptical came from the Greek word skeptikos, and the meaning was an enquirer, someone who was unsatisfied and still looking for truth. That is the meaning of skeptikos. From ancient time onwards, skeptics have developed arguments to undermine the contentions of dogmatic philosophers, scientists, and theologians. In the 19th century, irrational skepticism was developed into existentialism, a school of philosophy that emphasizes the concrete and problematic character of human existence. 20th century by existentialist writers such as Jean-Paul Sartre and Albert Camus, who combined epistemological skepticism of Kierkegaard with the religious and ethical skepticism of Nietzsche. The rational and scientific examination of the world shows it to be unintelligible and absurd. And if God is dead, as Nietzsche proclaimed, then the world is ultimately meaningless. Yet it is necessary to struggle with it. It is thus through action and commitment that one finds whatever personal meaning one can, though it has no objective significance. Limited skepticism questions whether we have knowledge about a particular domain of claims. Absolute skepticism questions whether we have knowledge at all. So the difference between a limited skepticism is whether you have a knowledge about a particular thing. Like if you say God, do you have a knowledge about it? If you have about another subject, do you have a knowledge about it? It doubts that. But if absolute skeptics question whether there is knowledge at all, is knowledge valid? And academic skepticism claims that we do not know anything. Hegelian skepticism accepts neither we know anything nor we do not know anything. The Burden of Skepticism by Carl Sagan. From that, we will see a few lines. If you are only skeptical, then no new ideas make it through you. You never learn anything new. You become a crotchety old person convinced that nonsense is ruling the world. And there is, of course, a lot of data to support it. But every now and then, maybe once in 100 cases, a new idea turns out to be good, on the mark, valid, and wonderful. If you are too skeptic, in the habit of being skeptical about everything, you are going to miss that golden thing which crops up. You are going to resent it, and either you will be standing in the way of understanding and progress. On the other hand, if you are open to the point of gullibility and have not an ounce of skeptical sense in you, then you cannot distinguish between what is useful and what is not useful from the worthless one. If all ideas have equal validity, then you are lost, because then it seems to me no ideas have any validity at all. So you have to have some form of skepticism to question everything, and then understand some of it is true. Maybe once in a while, maybe rare, but still something is true. And you should not be skeptical to the point of doubting everything, rejecting everything. On the other hand, you cannot accept everything also, because then you are gullible. You are fooled by all unsubstantiated things, scientific, they call it scientific or unscientific. So have some form of skepticism. So with this we will end this episode. Stay with me for another episode. Subscribe to my channel. Share this video. Thank you.